Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So another prep in shop video. This is kind of the videos, guys, what I'm showing you the fresh produce I buy on a weekly basis, and of course trying to beat cost of living crisis, but creating certain dishes and preserving certain things that are currently on offer. So this week, guys, I have popped into Lidl and I have popped into Tesco's to pick up some pumpkins. Pumpkins are on a different video, so watch out for this one, but the majority or most of the produce here, it's from Lidl. And I was lucky enough to pick up a £1.50 box, which we'll keep to the end, so you either watch through the video or you can fast forward, or it will be just in the end for anybody who's interested. So in front of me, it looks like kind of a fairly small selection, and I gotta say, guys, considering I've missed last week a little because we weren't here, I've noticed again the price increases again, and it's little things for little few pence here and there, but it's just happening constantly. It is just frustrating. Anyway, I will point out certain things, but nonetheless, the only thing is to know that the olive oil so far stays the same. But I think because if they're going to put it any higher, that people won't be buying it whatsoever. Nonetheless, guys, right, let's go through with my shop. So total here, okay, it costed £58.02. I have excluded things like cat food and cat litter and some other bits and bobs that are not related to the video, but what you can see in front of me, apart from the pumpkins, it's £58. And it kind of does look it does look very poor, doesn't it? But there is the key pièce de résistance why I went to Lidl this week specifically is the chicken breast. They currently have this week, the XXL week they call it, 2.5 kilos of chicken breast for £13.99. This is a lot of chicken. I counted, I can see approximately 12 to 13 chicken breasts in the packet. I popped into Tesco's the other day, not the other day, but literally a couple of days back, and I paid £6 for 3 chicken breasts. So to me, when I've seen this at £13.99 was a very, very good price. And they do look like a really generous sized chicken breast as well. So I was really over the moon. And guys, I have ended up buying both of them, and I'm going to be making a whole selection of, I'm not saying dishes, but I'm going to be making specific things with them, like I'm going to be flattening them, I'm going to be stuffing them with some mushrooms, and I'm going to be obviously putting them in the freezer. As I said before, this is a big part of my sort of prepping because I wanted to get my freezer in order, everything organized with as much sort of foods as possible. So this was one of the main reasons. If you just pay £13.99 just for one packet, it's still going to last you a very, very long time. So next thing on the list, guys, is pork medallions, okay? And I bought pork from Lidl a couple of weeks back. It was reduced to like £3, but this is actually a kilo, and they are really nice chunky pork. All the fat's been cut out. There's no bone, so they are perfect size portion. So here we have 11 pieces of pork. Again, for £6.99, it just makes it just over 50p. So I think it's really, really good. And again, loads of things we can do with that. One thing, so when I was there, I spotted they had some mushrooms. Again, this was reduced from £1.79 to 72p, which I think is a really good reduction, 60%. And this here is 650 grams. So you can see it's quite a lot of mushrooms. And we all know that conveniently, guys, the mushrooms go really well with chicken and really well with pork. So yeah, that was that. Whilst we're on the vegetables, okay, family size peppers, not really that family size, but here you can see 6 little peppers there, 600 grams. They're £1.60, not the best, but it's still better than £1.60 for 3 packs, which are a different brand. So I was fairly happy with that. This week, again, on their vegetable thing, they have a Savoy cabbage. Again, guys, it's knowing what to do with that cabbage. 59p for head. It's really good. Obviously, come in a slightly bigger, slightly smaller. You pick where you want, but of course, I'm going for the biggest one. The reason I go for the biggest one, for obvious reasons, as well as that I need a big leaves because I'm going to be stuffing that with some mincemeat and stewing that in yogurt. So that's why I also picked up a very nice big pot of Greek yogurt. It is £1.65 and it's 1 kilo. So it is a really good value and it's a really tasty yogurt as well. Next thing, guys, they were having aubergines, okay, for 59p each, reduced from 99p. This is their weekly vegetable deals. And again, guys, keep saying to you, this is the time to do this, okay? This is the time to fill up your prep pantry. All the aubergines is not huge amount you can do with them in terms of obviously dehydrating them or that kind of thing, but you can can them if you wanted to. I am going to be making a ratatouille, okay? I got some ratatouille in the tins, but they are very expensive in UK to buy. I picked a big tin from France, which I said, and it tastes amazing. But because I still have my courgettes growing in a garden, slowly, but I still have them, I've bought those to make ratatouille and freeze that. Again, ratatouille could be really versatile. You can add on meat to it or serve this with meat anyway. And the fact is, guys, that in the wintertime, they are really expensive, and I've seen them out of season time. They're really wrinkly. They're not worth buying. But now they're nice, they're plump, they're shiny, and they're perfect for my ratatouille. Right, next thing, again, my usual, I always pick up cheese from Lidl because it's cheaper. This one is, again, still £2.49 for the same amount. In Tesco's, it's £3, so it's 50p difference in price, which I'm happy. That's why I always get it from them. So grapes, picked up pack of grapes for £1.69, the snack one for the little one. And yeah, say one of the increases I've noticed is those little biscuits. Used to pay 39p, now 42. It's not a huge amount increase, but still 3 pence. You know, across many products that go up, it's a little bit annoying, and it feels like they're shrinking in size. I actually need to compare the sizing to what they used to be. Right, ham. Again, this is the only processed meat we really get. It's £2.09 for 400 grams for sandwiches. Sort of like a prepping item, but I had a couple running out, so a little chocolate flavor sauce is occasional treat on pancakes. £1.29, 325 grams. All right, my favorite little tomatoes. Okay, I picked up 7. I don't know why 7. I think I was aiming for either 6 or 8, but I've got 7, and annoyingly one of them is dented. So anyway, nonetheless, they're also now gone up in price from 55p to 59p. Okay, again, tomatoes we buy a lot of, we go through a lot, so 4p increases across, it's quite a lot. So if I bought 10, that'd be like 40p additional to my shop. So yeah, here we are. Picked up a pack of those, still the same for a little one for lunches, £1.69 for 6 juices. Okay, so that's that in terms of what I bought this week. So as I've mentioned, because I know some of you said obviously it's a good idea to say what you'd be cooking with the stuff that I'm buying. So as I mentioned, with the cabbage, I'm going to be stuffing this with a mincemeat and rice, and then stewing this in the Greek yogurt. This is a Polish recipe, and it's super, super tasty. At the same time, you can prepare this, and you can also freeze that if you do like to have your meals already ready and frozen to go. I prefer to freeze stuff in semi-prepared condition, because then I can do something with that later on when it comes out, and do some sort of changes to depending how I feel anyway. So yes, with the chicken, guys, all right, I'll be freezing them partially. Some of them will be flattened into like a schnitzel type thing, okay, because I like to fill the chicken with certain bits. I'll be cutting some into pieces for curries, which will be frozen that way. Some will be frozen into the strips, okay, because I like to do like a chicken pops, so we can marinate them in the yogurt. Cover them in a bit of flour, and then we can fry them, or air fry them in fact. They come out really nice. And of course I'll be freezing some as a chicken breast to be able to do other stuff with. With the pork is the same. I'm pretty much going to freeze them as they are, and then basically bosh them to make them flat to make a schnitzel, and again maybe freeze some in the cubes, I'm not really sure. But the point is really important to separate those packets. I'm pretty sure you probably understand that first of all you save a lot of space in the freezer, and obviously secondly, well, you don't have to defrost the whole packet to have a meal for 1 or 2 people, so that's the reason of that. And then peppers, again, I'll need some peppers for ratatouille, okay, so that'll be addition to that. And at the same time, I can make a really nice meal. I can stuff peppers with either chicken and then serve this with a side of rice, or I can stuff the peppers with the mincemeat, again, serve it with rice, or I can just do a vegetarian option and I just cook some nice golden rice, stuff it in peppers, grill it with some cheese, nice vegetarian meal, easy, done. And then of course, guys, mushrooms, we are, majority of us love mushrooms. You can either make yourself tomato and mushroom pasta. I can stuff, as I said, actually chicken with some garlic mushrooms that are going to be absolutely yummy. You can make pork in a mushroom, and again, creamy mushroom sauce. So the possibilities are endless. And the point is, again, it is so much cheaper to cook from fresh rather than buying stuff that's already pre-prepared. I totally understand for convenience we do sometimes resort to certain things, but as I would prefer now to do sort of batch preparing things and then freezing. So I always have couple of meals set behind if I do need to get something out of the freezer, if I don't have time to sort of cook from scratch that specific day. So nonetheless, guys, let's now come back to our £1.50 box. It's not the best of the boxes, but literally when I was at the checkout, there were 3 boxes there, and obviously there were 3 checkouts open. Every single person from the other 2 came up and grabbed the boxes. So they literally briefly just glanced and just taken one. So there was the only one left. But nonetheless, for £1.50, you know, you can't really go wrong. So right here we have some satsumas, okay? Majority look okay. Some look a bit frostbitten, is when they go black. Looks to me, I think that's what happens. But anyway, majority are okay. So that's, you know, not too bad. We've got some bananas. Okay, so 2 will look okay. The other 3 you've got some sort of bruising quite badly in the bottom, but again, chickens love bananas, so that's, you know, not a bad thing. I've got a little bag of miniature potatoes. My goodness, the size of the bag is shrunk. That's not a lot of potatoes. 500 grams though. Okay, so anyway, nonetheless, they look nice and healthy, so that's okay. So we've got 4-pack of baking potatoes. I love it how they call them baking potatoes, but they're really size of just a normal potato. I remember baking potatoes being a potato like this, right? When you actually bake it, the sort of thing you see in the restaurants when you order jacket potato all days. But yeah, they're just 4 biggish potatoes. Right. So we've got, okay, fresh parsley, bag of that. Again, nothing wrong with that. That looks a-okay. Best before 3rd of October, which I think is today. Yeah, so that's fine. Mini radishes. Yeah, bag of little radishes. That's fine. Couple of peppers. One is a bit softish, but again, you go for ratatouille. And one normal one. And then I've got some tomatoes. Okay, so there are, I think 5 or 6 tomatoes. One of them's been, it's leaking. I don't think it's been moldy, I think it's been squashed. So everything else is wet, so nonetheless, okay. Take one out, wash the rest, and happy, happy days. So to be fair, as you can see, that's not very, not too bad. So even if I didn't buy any vegetables here, we've got plenty of veg to be able to go with our meats. You know, certain things we can do. Again, you can stuff your peppers. You know, you can just do, you know, a few things. You know, let's not get overly excited, but nonetheless, for £1.50 is not too bad. So here we are, guys. Well, hopefully you enjoy my little video. Please watch out for my pumpkin video because it's October. Okay, happy pumpkin month. Keep an eye on a video of preserving pumpkins, and again, following the whole my whole agenda of preparing when the stuff is cheap, filling up your freezers, filling up your pantry with the things whilst they are cheap. So here we are, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed the video. Don't forget thumbs up, please. Subscribe if you haven't, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye bye.